Hey everyone, happy holidays to you. I'm a little bit under the weather. I have a lot of stuffiness happening, so just bear with me today. My voice might be a little bit softer, so um, if you can't hear, I guess turn up your speakers. I'll do my best to speak up. So today's topic is going to be about communication and the benefits of communicating. And before I go through this list, I want you to really think about the ways that you communicate to your partner, to your friends, and what's helped you in the past when you have been able to communicate, and what has hurt you when you haven't been able to communicate. So, why communicate at all? Why is communication important? Well, first, it builds understanding. Second, it alleviates any sort of stress or frustrations that you have inside. When we bottle things up, we tend to get really frustrated because we don't know how to tell our partner, our friendship. We just bottle things up and we have a hard time expressing them. Um, Communication brings people closer together, whether you're in a job interview, whether you are in a relationship, just communicating, having an open voice about things, it just helps bring people closer together. And one of the biggest things that I could say too is it helps us to have our needs fulfilled and met. I'm going to go further into the dynamics of a relationship with getting our needs met, but I'm just going to scratch the surface with this and talk about how it helps to get our needs met. And this is because when we are able to communicate with our partners, we are in one plane. Even though we do have conflict and understanding, arguments, the conflict and arguments is what creates understanding. So uh, we basically need to get our needs met as humans in a relationship. We are um, loving, nurturing, pleasuring beings, so we need to be on one level field, if that makes sense. So another reason why we need to communicate is because it creates solutions. It can prevent resentment and arguments and can really, really alleviate, I cannot stress this enough, inner conflict that you are feeling inside. How many of you have been in a situation where you've had an issue with a boss or a friend or a significant other, and you just let that muster inside, and you find different ways in your head that you can tell the other individual how you're feeling, but for some reason you can't get the courage to do that. It just is sitting inside of you, and the more that we practice to communication with others, the more that it's going to alleviate this inner conflict, this inner frustration, this inner resentment, and it's only going to help you and your partner grow. So during times of conflict, or feelings, I'm going to particularly look at relationships in this scenario, because when we, as a man or a woman, have inner conflict and we have a situation where something that your partner did is bothering us, we tend to have difficulty expressing how we feel. One, because we don't think our partner is going to understand. Two, because maybe we're worried about the judgments of our partner. We don't want to look weak. We don't want to look worried. We don't want to look sad. We really value our partner's opinion. So communicating our innermost needs are, in a way, um, shameful, because we don't want to present ourselves a certain way to our partners. And let me tell you, this is probably the worst thing that you can do to yourself or relationship. And a red flag for ladies and gentlemen is if you do have a problem and you are presenting this to your partner, the worst thing that a partner could say is, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Um, well, you're making it out of a big. It's not a big. Don't. It's not a big issue. Let's just move on. Not only is this creating in yourself a lack of stability in your relationship, it's not creating any safety whatsoever between you two. It's if we can't even begin to express our innermost needs to our significant other, how can they even begin to understand the place that we're coming from? It's as if they're cutting you off immediately and saying, look, there's no issue, there's no problem. But in the inside, you are just feeling a mess. And another thing that I would like to talk about is our past and our past behaviors and how we've been conditioned now. Of course, we have baggage. We all have baggage. We go through a healing process, and even though we may be healed from relationships, what our new partner does may trigger something in us that annoyed us in our past. Now, this is where we as individuals need to be very aware and cognizant that what happened in our past and what our new partner is doing is not right. I mean, it's not right for us to force that blame on them. We have to really think things through and really make ourselves aware of this kind of conflict that's happening within us. So to say that we are healed, yes, I believe that we can heal from our past traumas, our past hurts, our past relationships. But to say that our behaviors haven't really are still lingering, I believe that, of course. And I guess it's just it's how your partner makes you feel. And when you have that partner that just sits down, however ridiculous your feelings may be, I mean, we have a right to feel the way that we do. What may bother me may not bother my partner in any way. Why? Because we come from completely dynamic and unique backgrounds. He doesn't know how I feel. She doesn't know where I come from. Yes, but the way that we can build understanding is through communication. Now, ladies, I do understand that we may have a tendency of being manipulative, and sometimes we know our partners very well to the point of to get what we want, we tend to manipulate them. This is very, very, very wrong. We should not be manipulating anyone to get what we want because it is not genuine. It does not bring anything fulfilling out of your relationship. It is only surface level, and you're not getting a deeper connection with your partner if you are manipulating. And men, on the flip side, if we are manipulating our women to get sex, to get pleasure, to build some sort of safety within your dynamic, or to not be alone, then we just really have to be mindful and aware of what we're doing to our partners in that relationship. And communication is so essential. It's so important. It just alleviates all this resentment. It alleviates stress and I mean when we have a partner that doesn't really recognize how we're feeling, we can't build trust and we can't grow. So stay open to those red flags and make sure that we are aware of our own feelings and of our partners. As much as we care about the person, as much as we like them, we have to really be in tune with our significant other and realize that maybe they aren't fulfilling our needs, or maybe I am being a little bit ridiculous and I need to change some things. Not everything needs to be 100% right or wrong, but feelings do need to be validated. They do need to be acknowledged. And I can guarantee you, men, for the women that do tend to feel unsafe and insecure, men, I can tell you the more that you validate how they feel, the more closer that the woman is going to feel towards you, and the more that you're going to grow together. If men shut it off, women too. If both genders shut it off and and dismiss it as it not being important or it's not a big deal, then we're not going to grow. And that issue is always going to be a conflict. Remember when you did this? Remember when you didn't listen to me then? Remember how I felt here and you didn't care about it? It's always going to be resurfacing. And if this is the kind of relationship that you want, then this is going to be true to how you acknowledge your partner in validating their feelings. So communication is so essential, and I want you to have the courage to communicate however you feel. If you have a friend or a partner that is not understanding, let them sit on it, but also do not point blame. Do not say that they are doing something wrong, because it is all about how you are feeling. For example, when you do this, it makes me feel this way. I don't feel loved. I don't feel secure. I don't feel. But if we turn it around and say, you did this to me to make me feel this way, you did this, it's already associating blame on an individual that doesn't even think they did something wrong, because it's just how we are feeling because of past incidents, because of insecurities that we have inside, and we are not perfect beings. We do have insecurities, but it's up to ourselves and, of course, our partners to build us back up if we are in an intimate relationship. But we do have to take responsibility for our feelings and for our emotions, and we really have to sit and understand where these behaviors and thoughts are coming from. And if we can really understand where they are coming from, we can see two perspectives. We can see ourselves, and we can see our partners as well. And the best thing that we can do is see the other side, is not sit in our own feelings and our emotions, but to empathize and to see the other side. So, this will be the video for today. Why do you think communication is important for you? And if you feel like I've missed out on some bullet points on why communication is important, I would love to know. I would love to know what's helped you with communication, with communicating, and what has it gotten you and what has it not gotten you. All right, so thanks for listening, everyone. Happy holidays to you, and for those that celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all that good stuff. I hope you are gaining weight and eating, and I hope you're very nurtured in love over the holidays, okay? All right, thanks everyone for listening, and feedback is very much appreciated. Bye.